Hi everyone, my name is Michelle, and I'm going to be going over a few things with you guys about my baby journey with my husband. My name is Michelle. I'm 30 years old. I am married to a wonderful person named Bradley. He's 29. We live in New Jersey. I have three children: Alexandria, Adrian, and Alejandro Jr., and they are 9, 8, and 7. My children are not biologically Bradley's. They are biologically mine. I have been married in the past, and divorced, obviously. So Bradley has no children of his own. So about 4 years ago, we had decided that we wanted to have a baby, and the original route we planned was IVF. At the time, I thought that was the only route that we could take. But thankfully, my sister in law, Tina, was looking pretty much into the same thing as I was. She's a few years older than me. She also has her tubes tied just like I do, and she wanted to have a child as well. She's pretty much in the same circumstances as me. She has been married before. She had two children with her past spouse, and now she is with my brother, and they don't have any children together. So she wanted to do something very similar. So she told me about a tubal reversal surgery. And I did not know anything about it, had no idea this was even a thing, even a possibility. And I'm so grateful that she brought that up because I looked into it and it was something my husband and I really wanted to do. So I did my research, and it took me about a year of research to really be settled with making this particular decision. Now, the procedure is a little pricey in comparison to what we had saved up at the time. The procedure for me was $6,850, which to some people is not much, and to some people that is a whole lot. For us, it was attainable, but at the particular moment that we found out, we were like, yeah, this is not going to work right now. So we came up with a plan for 5 years to try to get where we needed to get. Um, and we ended up being able to do it within 4 years, thank God. So what I did was, besides the fact of doing all of my research on how to go about the surgery, how to qualify for the surgery, what do I have to do to find the right clinic to do this. I also did my research on the different clinics within my state and actually in other states as well. I was willing to go anywhere to get this done as long as it was with a doctor who had a lot of experience. So I found a fertility clinic here in Jersey, South Jersey, a fertility clinic. That's so hard for me to say sometimes. I don't know why. And they have a doctor who specializes in tubal reversals. And thankfully, I was able to get I don't remember if it was Skype or Zoom, but I had a video consultation nonetheless with the doctor back in June 8th to be exact, and I qualified for the procedure. Now, when I say qualify, there's a few things they look for: your BMI, your health history, your pregnancy history, miscarriage history, things like that, to make sure that it's worth even going through the surgery because you don't want to do a surgery for no reason. You need to have a valid point to do something like this. Even though it is minimally invasive, it's still important to only do a procedure such as this when necessary. Not to say it's an emergency, but nonetheless. So we spoke. He asked me a few questions. We chit chat for about 15 minutes, and he was more than okay with doing the procedure, especially because I had had three healthy pregnancies in the past, all of them C-section. I didn't have trouble conceiving. My first child, Alexandria, was conceived naturally. My second daughter, Adrian, was conceived while I was on birth control, and so was my son. Um, which also leads me to say that I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. And for those of you who do not know, this is a hormonal mess, to say the least. So with this, you get bad periods, bad cramps, missed periods, regular periods. You get facial hair, body hair that you can't control. Your hormone levels are completely off balance for the most part. It's just a lot to go into it. If you need to learn more, I would highly suggest looking into that or seeing your gynecologist to find out more. I found out when I was 13 years old that I had PCOS, and I was told that I probably would never have children. I'm glad I didn't listen to that because now I have three beautiful babies. But I also thought that that was going to be a big thing when it came down to getting my tubes um, untied. But luckily, as I said, my doctor is very experienced and he said that we'd be able to do it even with that happening. So that was a good thing for me. Um, Now, I will say that I knew it was possible to have this procedure done with having PCOS, but I wasn't sure if the severity of my PCOS would be in the way. Um, I had also gotten an ultrasound back in October of 2019 to see how my ovaries were looking and see if I had any more cysts. And actually, I barely had any in comparison to a couple years ago. So I was thankful for that. And I knew that that was the point where we were going to jump off and things were going to go in the direction that I had wanted. Also, weight was a factor. Um, your BMI has to be under 32. And if I'm not mistaken, mine was 31. So, yes, I am overweight, as you can probably tell. Um, but I worked really hard to lose a few pounds to make sure I stayed under 32 BMI. And I've been taking all my medications that I need to take for high blood pressure, things like that, to make sure that I'm healthy enough to get this procedure done. And another thing, FYI, you do have to take a COVID test before you have a procedure done in the age of the pandemic. So today I actually went to Medford, New Jersey and got the COVID test done. Side note, worst thing I've ever done in my life, but it was worth it. Anything is worth being able to have another child at this point for me. So they literally came to my window, my driver's side window, um, said, "Are you Michelle so and so?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Okay, tilt your head back." I literally went like this, and she jammed a thing up my nose. It was horrible. It was just uh, I do not recommend unless you absolutely have to. Do not do it unless you have to. Hopefully, no one will have to within the next few months. Hopefully, it all goes away. Um, And within the next 4 days is my procedure, which I'm very, very happy about. I'm so excited. We have waited 85 days as of today for this procedure to be done so that we can start the next chapter of our lives and continue on. Another thing I want to point out is when you have this procedure done, they give you 3 months to get pregnant naturally, meaning no fertility medication. Once you hit that third month and you're still not pregnant, they highly suggest using fertility medications. Now, this leads to the next few videos. I'm going to continue to document this journey for any other women who are going through the same thing, who are thinking about doing a tubal reversal, who are thinking about going through a fertility clinic and paying this out for themselves, or if your insurance pays for it. Um, Hopefully, I won't need to take the fertility medication because, as you might know, those medications often lead to multiples. I don't want multiples. I am more than happy just having one baby at a time. I don't want twins. I don't want triplets. I don't want quads. I am okay. But but I may have to take them nonetheless because of my PCOS. Who knows? At this point, I just want to say thank you for watching. Hopefully, within the next week, I will update you after the surgery, of course, because I'll probably be pretty groggy. All right, so signing off. Bye, guys.